What's up, everybody? It is the Best Bot Kid Smooth, and I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. But before I get into this video, I want to say thank you all for tuning in to Planet Xbox episode 48. We've interviewed Microsoft Studios' Undead Labs. It was a great show, great interview. If you missed it, I have the video in the description below. Planet Xbox Podcast episode 48. And it'll be on iTunes today. But thank you guys for who tuned in live. It was a great show, and we appreciate the feedback, the interaction. It was awesome. So, and thank you to Undead Labs for actually showing up to this and giving me the honor to have the platform to interview you guys. Thank you. So now that that is done, let's talk about what everybody wants to know: who won E3 and why. I'm seeing people do videos and their comparisons. They're coming up with reasons. They're trying to split the show for different, try to give victories for different reasons and whatnot. Me, I have one winner and one winner for the reasons. I'm not splitting up who won this, who won that. It is what it is, right? Ubisoft had a great show. Bethesda had an okay show. Nintendo, Square Enix, everybody had like something to show, but when it came down to the two, it's the Xbox and PlayStation. These are the two most anticipated shows every year. Xbox, PlayStation, who wins, who's going to come out on top, who's going to show the best stuff, how are these conferences going to go. I'm going to make this quick as possible. PlayStation had showed good stuff. Their standouts were their deep dive titles: Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. They closed with Spider-Man. Their two surprises were the Resident Evil remake, which is coming out in January, and the Nioh 2. Big surprises. They also had the opportunity to show off Remedy's new games, Control, which looks exactly like Quantum Break, with replace Jack Joyce with a woman, and give her a little bit more telekinesis, and you got the same game. It's assets, almost everything looks the same. It looked like they made this game in about a week, but that's neither here nor there. As far as the show, Sony's pacing was horrible. Their idea was kind of dumb. An intermission after one game was pretty bold and made no sense. But as far as the demos, what they actually showed, all the demos they showed were exceptional. Last of Us 2, bar none, is probably one of the better demos that you're gonna see throughout E3. Ghost of Tsushima is a quick runner-up. I like what I saw from Last of Us as far as gameplay-wise, not the narrative bullshit that they showed in the beginning, but as far as gameplay-wise, I prefer what the Last of Us had to show over Ghost of Tsushima. Now, Ghost of Tsushima showed very well. Graphically, the action, everything in Ghost of Tsushima just looked pretty dope, and I was very impressed. I did not care for what Death Stranding. Sure, they showed gameplay, but I'm still lost, still confused, and every time I see it, I lose interest. And from what I saw, I would not, if you were to sell me this game, I would not buy it right now, because there was nothing that I saw that made this game like, man, I can't wait for this game. No, it's just not interesting. It's not hitting me, and it was my least favorite demo I saw out of the whole PlayStation conference. And Sony closed with Spider-Man, and which I thought was which looks cool. I gotta get my hands on it. I'm probably gonna play it. I've never been a super Spider-Man fan, but what Insomniac is doing with this game, it does look promising, and I can't wait to play it and get my hands on it. So that was really the focus of PlayStation's show. The thing that about PlayStation show versus Xbox is that their demos were great. Their exclusives, if you're judging this based off an exclusive, you're liking what PlayStation did over what almost anybody did. But me personally, when I watch E3, the only reason why I look into E3 is for breaking news. Shock value, surprises, big reveals. I don't think PlayStation did any of that. Matter of fact, the only really reveal or surprise that was there were Resident Evil and Nioh. None of those are coming directly out of PlayStation. I mean, Nioh that's an exclusive. So definitely yes. That was an exclusive I was not expecting to see. But the Resident Evil remake, I heard, I don't know if it was a rumor. I knew people wanted it, and the fact that they were able to reveal it, that definitely got Twitter on fire, YouTube on fire, and the fact that it's coming in January, bravo, happy that they were able to show it off. But as far as what I think wins E3, Sony didn't provide that. The only thing I give them is showing great demos. I mean, those demos were great. You can't deny them. And that's the reason why I almost gave them like a 9 out of 10, because I felt like their demos were that good. But then I rewatched it, and I'm like, their E3 conference kind of sucked, but their demos were just really good. But I didn't walk out of there with like a lot of stuff to talk about for PlayStation. I didn't have a lot of, oh, they're coming out with this. I don't know what's new in The Last of Us Part 2. What is the breaking announcement about The Last of Us Part 2? We have no release date. We don't know. We know the changes in the gameplay, but there's nothing new that we could take home. What about Ghost of Tsushima? What is the breaking news? We saw the gameplay for the first time, but what is the breaking news about it? What is the surprise? What about Death Stranding? That one could have used something. Spider-Man, there's really no more surprises to break. It comes out September 7th. We know the release date. We know it's exclusive. We know Insomniac's making it. We know the villains. That's it. What was out of PlayStation Conference that you can really write breaking? Neo 2, Resident Evil Remake. Now let's look over at Xbox. And I think Xbox won E3 handedly because shock value, surprise, breaking news, reveals. There was a lot. There was a lot of that at the Xbox conference. Microsoft buys, they acquire 5 studios. Well, they build 1 and they acquire 4. These studios, Compulsion Games, who's finishing up We Happy Few, Undead Labs, who just did State of Decay 2 for the Xbox, Playground Games, who've done the Forza Horizon series, and they're working on an unannounced action RPG game, open world RPG game that's going to be announced pretty soon, and a pleasant surprise, Ninja Theory, who typically works with PlayStation. They now are owned by Microsoft, and Ninja Theory is coming off a game, Hellblade, that everybody seems to really like very much, and that was made by a small team. So that was a surprise, and it also was a surprise that solved a weakness. Microsoft gets complaints because they don't have exclusive or first-party studios to make exclusive, and everybody's sick of Halo, Gears, and Forza. Now they added 5 studios. 5. We expected 1 or 2. They added 5. And sure, those 5 studios didn't show anything, but as far as the future of Xbox in the next 3 to 4 years, I'm going to say starting next year, looks very promising, and I got a lot out of that announcement. What about Halo Infinite? Sure, it's another Halo game, but is it really just another Halo game? Shares the same name. We know it's Master Chief, but Infinite and the new engine that they're using to make this game looks like a next generation game. Is this really another Halo game? Like, was God of War just another God of War game? Halo Infinite is looking like the real deal, and I can't wait to see more of this. It was a great way to kick off the show. It was breaking newsworthy. It was surprise. It was shock. Same thing with now Ori 2 has been announced last year at E3, but we got a release window for this game. It's most anticipated by a lot of people, not by me per se, but it's a Microsoft IP, a fairly new IP. Same with State of Decay. And a lot of people are trying to judge, say Xbox lost this E3 for the simple fact, the lack of new IPs. And you got to think about it. This whole generation was full of new IPs from Xbox. Just because you don't like them doesn't mean they weren't new IPs. Recore was a new IP. Quantum Break was a new IP. Sea of Thieves is a new IP. State of Decay technically is a new IP. Sure, it started as an arcade title on a 360, but now it's maturing and starting to get its due as a staple, even though it's not on up to par of the Halo, Gears, and Forzas, because those franchises are 10 plus years old. State of Decay 2 or State of Decay is still fairly young. So there's been new IPs. I mean, showing a new IP doesn't determine if you win or not, because you could show a new IP today, it could come out tomorrow, and it could be pure garbage. And what does that mean? Huh? Think about it. So, and Microsoft done new Scalebound's a new IP. Did it win the Xbox? Did it win E3 when it showed off Scalebound? So I'm not buying the new IP thing, because Microsoft has new IPs. You guys don't recognize them. And then when Halo, Gears, and Forza are showed, I'm not mad, especially if it looks good. Crackdown 3 has been out the game almost 10 years, if not 10 years. Do we not give it its due because there's been 2 games already last generation? No, this is the first Crackdown for this generation, the first Crackdown in almost 10 years. It doesn't have to be a new game for it to count. It doesn't have to be a new IP for it to count. So they showed gameplay in a trailer, and it looks good. It looks better than what they were showing at Comic-Con. I'm still waiting to see that Wrecking Ball, Microsoft. You guys got to hurry up and show off. We know it's coming in February 2019. I am looking forward to it. I was happy about what they showed there. The other thing we got to consider is that Forza Horizon 4 looks like it's going to eclipse Forza Horizon 3, which is arguably the best racer of all time. Shared world is online, is always online, shared world. It's like a racing MMO, native 4K, a 60 frames per second mode on the Xbox One X, coming out October, and it looks gorgeous, and they're adding new things to the game that wasn't in the previous game. So yeah, shock value, surprise, updates, things to run with. All right, Sea of Thieves was there again, showing off what you call content. What was the big knock on Sea of Thieves? Lack of content. Now it looks like they're presenting 2 more promising content that is due in July and another due in September. Now, I've been playing Sea of Thieves because I like the Hunger and Deep. I like the updates that they've been bringing to the game. You may not like it, but it is a new IP and it is still relevant. Now, Microsoft also got some blessings from Tales of Vesperia, which is surprising. It's a Japanese-based game. Definitive editions coming to Xbox as well. The Division 2 showed amazing running on an Xbox One X. We had some Game Pass news. Some new games are coming there. Shadow of the Tomb Raider had a good-looking demo. A new Skate timed exclusive Skate game called Sessions that everybody confused with Skate 4. I mean, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's breaking news. That is surprise. Devil May Cry 5, rumored to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It gets revealed on the Xbox stage by Capcom. That is awesome. And not only was it a trailer, it was a good looking trailer, a promising trailer, and we are all looking forward to it. Cuphead DLC is always great. A new IP called Tunic. Jump Force, another Japanese-based game. Like, come on, like, these are the things that Xbox get knocked on. They're covering weaknesses, addressing issues. And they were also got world premieres of Dying Light 2, Just Cause 4. Battletoads was announced. It's coming in early 2019. Now, we don't know the magnitude of this game, but this was something highly requested. This is a Microsoft IP. Oh, it's not new, but shit, when's the last time we had a Battletoads game? Double-digit years. I mean, come on. Come on. It was announced. Sure, we didn't see any gameplay, but it was an announcement. Breaking news, surprise, shock value. And then sure, Microsoft nearly dropped the ball by announcing Gears Pop, a mobile game for iOS and Android, a Gears of War for just phones, exclusive to phones. I thought that was dumb, but hell, we let Bethesda off the hook, we let EA off the hook, and we let all these other publishers off the hook by doing it. So, Microsoft, they have stake in there. Why not? They only spent about 3 seconds on it. Thank God. Move on. Whoa, another Gears announcement. Gears real-time strategy game to compete with XCOM called Gears Tactic. Oh, okay. Problem is exclusive to the Windows PC. Why? Why? Why would you announce a Gears game that's not coming to Xbox? I still don't get it. With this whole Play Anywhere thing, those were things that were really making me angry at this Microsoft conference. But then they quickly made up for it and showed off some Gears of War 5, which looks very, very promising and different from plenty of the other Gears games. Once again, breaking news, surprise, shock value, and it looked amazing. Cyberpunk 77 closes the game. While revealing Cyberpunk, they give away Witcher codes right in front of our face that all of us ignored because we were too dumb to pause the screen and type in the code to download on Xbox. But Cyberpunk is the most anticipated game as far as when it comes to like gamers and the hardcore. CD Projekt Red is coming up off the high of The Witcher 3. So, and the fact that they gave that reveal to Microsoft, amazing. Fallout 76 showed up. Now, the big thing, Kingdom Hearts was there. Oh my God. The big thing about Xbox E3, and you guys keep hearing me repeat, shock value, surprises, breaking news, like big reveals, world premieres. A lot of people like, well, they're multi-plat, so I can play them anywhere. Thank Xbox for showing me games I can play on PlayStation. That's fine. For Xbox to be the losing console, the console that everyone's losing confidence in, why are all these big publishers and big developers debuting their games on Xbox stage? Why aren't they doing this on PlayStation stage, the market leader? They still have confidence in Microsoft, they still have confidence in Xbox, and they still want to keep open relationships with Microsoft to give them, to go to Microsoft stage to reveal these games. A lot of these games we were showed at Microsoft conference were not showed at all on anywhere, on any other stages. Some of these people don't have their own stage to reveal these games. So that's why the Xbox conference were the first time we saw some of these, and it's amazing. Sure, you can play some of these games anywhere, but me personally, as a multi-platform holder, I will be playing Spider-Man and Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation, but I'll be playing all those other games that were shown on Xbox conference on my Xbox. No questions asked. And I feel like Xbox ran away with this E3. Not only did they have a better conference, a longer conference, and it was full of games, it was full of world premieres, breaking news, shock value, surprises. People forget how important the Grand Theft Auto tattoo on Peter Moore's arm meant to Xbox. This was like, Grand Theft Auto? Xbox? People forget Final Fantasy 13 showing up, closing an Xbox 360, a Microsoft show. Final Fantasy on Xbox when all years it was PlayStation. Like, those are shock values. Sure, multi-platform, but what it does to the platform, like, come on, Kingdom Hearts has never been on an Xbox. Never. So, sure, you can run with this argument that you can play these games anywhere, but you forget the importance of shock value, surprises. Nobody was thinking Shadow Die Twice was going to be on the Xbox. Nobody. I wasn't. No. But it is. Xbox won E3 pretty easily, pretty handedly. Sure, PlayStation had better demos to the display of their exclusive, but Xbox overall had more games and better games to show. That, matter of fact, I'm having a problem of how I'm going to get through this year. Because this year is packed. Between September, October, some things in November, and then we start again in February. Just one day in February is going to use up all my tax money. Xbox, you are the winner of E3. Congrats. As always, Xbox is the best spots, and I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.